It's been 5 days since my incident, and I can't help but to think like, how is this gonna change the direction of my life for the next 3, 6 months? I don't know. So today they're gonna give me news as far as like what we're gonna be doing moving forward, because obviously it looks like I have a broken arm. My humerus bone is snapped in half, which is crazy to me. I'll probably provide you a picture of what that looks like. This was a shock, and I have quite the story to tell about it, which I want to share with you guys because, I mean, the whole goal here is to build a drift car and drift with your friends, is what kind of Silent Rising has been made to do, and just show you the car journey, and that's something that I've always been interested in sharing with you guys. But now it's just gonna be delayed a lot more, and it sucks, especially with all the parts that we just got in. But there's so many factors that actually led to this part before I actually broke my arm, which mind boggles me, because it's like, what if this didn't happen? Is this a dream, like, or a nightmare? Because I would not call this a dream. Like, what really happened? So, I let's put it this way. I was building my car, and we ran into some hiccups. We had some new coilovers, we had some new upper control arms, and the car ended up not having a part that it wasn't that it needed to actually do a full install. What I mean by that was, on the upper control arm, we were missing one bushing because they sent out the wrong part. And a part of me is like, wow, like, if I had this bushing, which I actually have now that my arm is broken. It only took an arm to get here, but I have a bushing right here by FDF. They finally hit the correct one, so shout out to them for correcting that. But it got delayed in shipping, so it didn't happen in time for our event that we had planned, and it just went all bad. But the car was left on jacks. I was working on the rear. We still have some work to do. So, I mean, I was just replacing a quick part, and then I was like, dang, I'm hungry. I need to go get some food. So I hopped on one of those electric scooters, you've seen those birds, and it had just rained the night before, or just earlier, and I was zooming, and I ended up eating shit. When I ate shit, just to share with you, I was not wearing a helmet, and I did not want to hit my head. So my instincts used my arm. I caught myself, but my arm kind of gave out. When I got up, I realized I just hit my chin a little bit, barely anything, but my arm was dangling loose. It was insane. I was in shock. And the first thing I see is that there's this lady in her car who just seen the whole thing. And I'm like, hey, like, call 911. Like, I was hella scared. And I had a shiesty on, so she probably is kind of scared. I ain't gonna lie. But I was going to Chipotle, and I was already in the parking lot. And I asked her, like, yo, call 911. And she looked at me. She pointed at Chipotle, and she was like, yo, they can help you. And then she was trying to leave. And I was like, hey, whoa, before you go, like, my phone is on the ground, like, let me go pick it up. I'm gonna go see if I can call myself, because that's crazy that you won't call. So I go over there to pick up my phone, and my phone is like in perfect condition. I'm like, what? Like, I don't know, I don't have no case or anything. And I'm like, yo, like, I'm calling 911 right now. And then I was like, whatever. The lady just left off after she saw me pick up my phone. She was like, "Oh, that's kind of weird." Or something. I don't know what she was thinking, but that was like the most messed up thing I saw. Like I was like, "What? How would you not call?" But that's beside the point. I call. I get the ambulance. They think it's my shoulder popped out. They try pushing it back in, and they're like, "Nah, that ain't working." Like it's crazy. Ends up going to the ER. They show me I broke this bone, and I'm there for like 6 hours. It was insane. 5 days later, I'm waiting to see my doctor. So I'm gonna see what happens, and we're gonna find out. How long is this gonna take? When will I be back? When's the first drift event? Because this car is just about ready. It was so close. We were so close to hitting the event. We have the right suspension. We're just about to stiffen up the rear just to get the maximum, like, everything, you know? Have a diff waiting to be welded. This sucks, man. This sucks. I had all these parts. I just blew like a couple grand just to get this car where it is. And now we're kind of at a pause. So bear with me. We're going to be putting the car together still. And for the meantime, we're just going to be exploring some other options for content. If you have any like suggestions, just comment down below some of your thoughts. I'd be happy to take some recommendations, and I'm gonna stay creative with it. You know, I love cars. I love creating content for you guys, and I'm excited. One good thing is the car is okay. We're still gonna be able to drive it. Driver model just wasn't there that day, so it happens. And you know, some part of me tells me that maybe this is actually the best case scenario. Maybe there was something way worse that could have happened to me. Like, what if I actually hit my head? That would be a lot worse. I will say that even sitting in the car is kind of painful. Just, you know, bouncing up and down, especially if I was in those old suspensions. You seen that clap Superman suspension? That would be so painful to hit a bump and just feel everything just move around. Is unbearable, or just unhealthy to say the least. And you know, just when we're back in motion, I'm not gonna take both my hands for granted. I feel like so much more we could have done, and this is just another eye opener. So hope you guys can see this through with me, and hope you guys subscribe, comment, like. Silent Rising still gonna be up. Thankfully, we have the GOAT, Mr. Trueblood Z, putting the car back on the floor. You know, homie's a real one for helping out installing the last pieces for the. Whoa. Well, he helped put on the upper control arm on the front right, and the coilover, helped a little bit with the suspension in the rear, and put on the wheels. And then, what more could you ask for? Right. I mean, there's probably some more, but no, but hella clutch, bro. I hella appreciate you. Let's see, this is a new fitment. Oh, it's actually pretty high. Oh, I thought that was it. Oh, that's pretty good still. I don't think it'll rub at all.
Just need to do some stuff on the rear. Lower it a little bit more.
Oh, shit.